going on, everybody? Bringing you a quick video. This is going to be on just a look at how I set up my tasks and everything for the AIO bot. We'll get into a couple things that I think is most important when it comes to running this bot in particular. And lastly, I just want to touch on proxies and servers. And if you guys like it, we can go ahead and get into more of that stuff in later videos. First of all, my microphone, it sucks. It's just one of my on a pair of Beats that I have. If you guys like my content, I can go out and I can get a different microphone, and it could be a lot more professional, and you can hear me better and all that other stuff. But for the time being, this is just going to be something that I felt like watching a lot of videos at first whenever I first bought the bot. And even, as the releases are coming out, people are starting to put out more stuff, more content on how to use this. And I kind of just want to give my take on it. These are just my tips, my tricks that I've learned just by using it for about the last 6 months. So just getting started, I will show you guys just quickly what I would do on a normal release. I know that this isn't for the Pharrell shoes that just came out yesterday, but I will use that early link just for the sake of the tutorial. So firstly, just getting to know the bot. I know that this bot looks a little bit differently than yours, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But if you don't have this up here, it's because this I've also purchased the integrated Supreme bot for AIO that's already it's integrated into my bot basically. So you can see your tabs up here. I'm not going to go through every single one of these, but basically the most important thing is on release day, obviously you want to press release setup, and it'll bring up a page. It'll bring up just a tutorial on how to actually set this bot up for that particular release. Obviously, if you guys have the Supreme bot and you want to learn more about how I use it for Supreme, comment in the comments down below, and maybe I can bring you guys some more stuff, but that's what this button will do. Moving forward, this configure button is probably the most helpful or most important because it gives you all your settings and then also how to use your proxies. And the proxies is what I want to spend the most time on, so I'm going to hurry up and get through all this stuff. First of all, you want to find out where the shoes are coming from, where they're going to release at. So for the sake of this tutorial, they're going to release on eBay. You're going to want to put XXX in the first box, which is a positive keyword box. Not exactly sure why, but I know that I have forgot to put that in there, and I was not successful on that release. Secondly, you want to go ahead and press this guest, click that box, and it's going to automatically pump you out an email and a guest password, basically. Not really too important, but just know that some sites don't use guest accounts, so you would have to know which site is which, and it'll give you that warning the first time that you click that box. Then moving down, I am a size 13, so we'll go ahead and put 13. And then for this early links section right here, the best place to get early links. I know that a lot of people want to know this question. I don't really know the answer to that. All I do know is that I have my own way of getting early links. If you know computers really well, you can sort of use Key Finder to get early links that way. You could also backdoor the website, which that stuff is something that I'm not going to cover in this video. And then also there's a couple websites that provide early links, but some of them are good early links, some of them not so good. And then also you could sort of the best thing that's worked for me so far is I would get, say, for example, the Yeezys that came out on the 29th of April, Adidas and Eastbay and Foot Locker and all those sites. I actually have an email through them for my own account. So therefore they send me emails on big hyped up releases. So what I do is I click on that email and it'll show me that page and it'll give me that countdown and everything. And I'll just go to that web page and I'll, copy and paste that link into the bot. So yeah, that's the best way that I've learned for the most accurate early link that you could possibly get. Next, I would say go up to here where it says help and go to get keywords and early links. I will say that not every single release AIO will not provide early links for. When you click that, you could see from May 6th, which was yesterday, we did have the Pharrell Tennis HU Human Race. That dropped, and yes, I got 2 pairs within 30 seconds. So what you would do is if you do want to use one of these links that they provide, you just go to add to input, and it will automatically put that into the early links box. Now, obviously, you don't want to put an Adidas early link in when you're using the Eastbay site. So you would go ahead and want to find an Eastbay early link. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'll just show you how I normally set up these 2 boxes. I don't put anything in. People say you do need to, not need to, but they do it, but I don't do it, and it never really affects the way that I get shoes. After that, you want to go ahead and press add, and therefore you have 1 account. Now, when you have all of your accounts created, you would go ahead and press create tasks, and it will come over to your running tasks tab, and then you would therefore start your tasks at the desired time that you would want to start them for. And AIO will provide you with all the information on approximately when you should put all of your tasks on, whenever you would want to start all those. I'd like to, maybe I will just show you a quick, I'll show you a little bit of a quick demonstration, but it's super easy. When you go to Eastbay, you find the shoe that you want. Let's see if they have any Ultra Boost in stock, just because I like Ultra Boosts are pretty hard to get, in my opinion, if you don't know what you're doing. So we'll just see if they have these caged Ultra Boosts. Yeah, in a 13. Okay. So we'll go ahead and we'll basically, like, say this will be the page that you would get in your email. So you get in your email, you click that link in your email, and then this page pops up. Okay. So if this is the page that pops up, usually they have a little countdown that's going on right here. You would go ahead and just Control C if you're on a PC, or just copy basically whatever command that is for a Mac. You would go ahead and get rid of that, and you would just paste that into that box. Let's go ahead and get rid of this, and we'll go ahead and make sure that the guest tab is clicked, and we'll add, and we'll go ahead and we will create this task. Now this task is not going to check out because I'm not going to load the my payment information in there, because there's tons of other video tutorials on how to do that, so you could look at that at your own leisure. But basically, you would just want to say it's 4 minutes before the release, and I would just press start. Now it's going to go ahead and it's going to automatically add that shoe into my cart, and you can see how fast that was. I do have Proxies loaded in here. Basically, you can see up here in this green status box, it says that it's added, and you do have your cop shoes tab, which it says that you did add this shoe. Now, there's 2 different ways that you can check out. Obviously, you want to do on your specially hyped releases, you would want to make sure that you that you automatically check out on these. And all you have to do is just, whenever you create your task, you go to manage billing and input your information into that specific task, and it'll check out automatically if your payment information is correct. Also, which is pretty cool that I just sort of started doing this, you can go to this check cart. You would want to go to this little area right here, check cart of task. And if it's a super busy release, this page is not going to check. It's not going to pop up like this. But since there's really no traffic on this, then it's easily obtainable. You can go ahead and you can try to check out manually this way. And you can go ahead and press PayPal for checkout, or you can just check out this way. Again, this on Yeezy Day, you're never going to see this page pop up because there's just way too much traffic going through. But what you can do is you can copy the cookies and you can press OK, and then AIO gives you a specific Chrome extension which looks like this right here, and it's called Edit This Cookie. And you basically just click on it. You would go ahead and hit this button, import button up here, and then you would just copy and paste those cookies into that, press the green check mark, and then reload this page like this, and then all of a sudden your cart shows up that way. So that's just a quick little demonstration, and you can see how easy it is to get shoes if you have the correct information. This is not in any way, shape, or form simulating what a normal release is like. Usually you have all kinds of error messages after error messages of all of this stuff that the bot's trying to do to get through, to get you the shoes, essentially. I mean, you have probably 200,000 other bots trying to compete with you, hitting start at the same exact second or millisecond. So there's going to be a lot of interference going on. But essentially, that's how you do it. And now I just want to take a couple minutes just to kind of talk about the proxies and servers. And I will go and I will show you the server that I usually use. And I'll show it to you just because I'm never going to use it again. A lot of people love this server. This is called Vulture, and you could see high performance SSD cloud, whatever, blah blah blah. Essentially, what you do, people they misunderstand the way that this works. You do pay on an hourly basis, okay? So this price right here is going to show you how much it costs for a whole entire month, okay? So if you go and see hourly pricing, because literally you can create a server, you use the server for 4 hours or whatever the case may be, and then there you go, and then you're done, okay? But what people don't understand is you do not want this VCC, okay? Or VC squared, or whatever that is, VC2. You do not want these because these basically are shared servers, and you might have 400 other people on the same exact server at the same exact time. That's why you could see that this thing is literally a fraction of a cent. 50 cents an hour is nothing. And you can see how powerful it is. However, there's other people using it. There's other impedances going through it. And you don't really want to be using that. So what I would recommend is using these dedicated instances, okay? And if you get the correct area, if you get one that is in the same area as where you're going for, you will see how helpful that these can be. Again, look at the hourly pricing. 35 cents an hour is a steal, okay? And I've been successful on using these. I don't feel like, I don't really feel like I'm successful as much anymore with this server. I need more of a low-key server, which I've found, and I don't want to be that person that doesn't give it away for the sake of keeping it, more secretive. But I guess maybe if you DM me on Twitter, which I'll leave my Twitter handle down at the bottom, maybe I could share it with you. But I don't want to just be giving it out to everybody because I've been having a lot of success with it, and I feel like it's because just nobody knows about it yet. So, but anyway, this is a very good server if you're looking for a server. Proxies servers they have their own server distribution, and then also Blazing SEO is what I've heard was another good one. I think it's a package too. I think they throw servers and proxies all in it for one monthly price, which is pretty cool. I mean, I guess they work. I see a lot of tweets going out on a daily basis, but so this is something that you might want to consider, especially if you are somebody who lives in, say, Nebraska or Hawaii, and you're trying to cop shoes that the servers are in New York City. You know what I mean? You're way too far away. Your ping time is going to be over 50 milliseconds, which, I mean, when you have somebody that's, the shoes are releasing in LA and you have an LA server, your ping time is less than a millisecond. You're gonna lose. They're gonna add 40 pairs to cart before you even get your first. So you're gonna lose out on that side. So, and then basically the main point of this video, I kind of want to just touch on proxies. I'm not going to tell you what they are. If you don't know what they are, watch other videos. But essentially, a proxy is just you can look at it like another person's trying to buy shoes for you. Each IP address is like somebody sitting on a computer and trying to buy these shoes. And you buy a package of proxies that can cost, $50. You could buy a package that costs $150 for the same amount of proxies, and chances are you're going to get better proxies for that one that costs $150, which would be $3 per proxy, rather than the one for 50 proxies, rather than $50 for 50 proxies. That's $1 a proxy. You get what you pay for. You buy these proxies, you get them emailed to you, you input them into the bot, and that's not necessarily it all. That's not everything. And you need to kind of know, when you get proxies, you got to make sure that you say, hey, are they authenticated, or, are they authenticated to my server? Because when you buy one of these, this server is going to come with a different IP address than your home computer's IP address. So if you're running this on release day and you have your bot on this server, you're going to need to make sure that all of your proxies are authenticated to this server that you use. So yeah, I mean, it's super easy. When you buy one of these, you basically go into a virtual setup. You download some net framework that's compatible with the AIO bot, which I believe is 3.5. And then you essentially just deactivate it from here. So you go to here and you deactivate it from where your home desktop is, and then you just re-download it onto the new server. Super easy. I mean, it's probably one of the easier ones to use out there, which is why I liked it. But again, I just think so many people use them anymore that it's kind of getting more and more difficult to get them, number one, and just to use the performance of them, I feel like are getting worse. So, but the main point of this video that I wanted to share with you is it took me probably about $500 to $750 worth of buying proxies to really get my money's worth, because number one, I was buying them from places that I didn't really think are giving good proxies, and number two, I wasn't making sure that they were authenticated. Like, I made the mistake of buying proxies. I gave them my home IP address and to authenticate them to the home IP address, and then I'm scrambling to try to get everything set up for release time, and I go and I press start all tasks and none of them log in. Well, then I hit up the guy who sells me the proxies, and he says, oh, well, you needed to authenticate them on your server's IP address or else they won't work. And, I did that a couple times, and I'm talking, I had over 200 proxies. If you're buying them for $250 a piece, that's almost $500 that you just basically wasted. I'll show you the place. I really don't want to talk shit because I guess they do have okay proxies, but the place that I put a lot of money into these people, and I bought their proxies probably 3 months in a row to find out that I was using their Adidas proxies, and I was buying their proxies for $128 for 50 proxies, and they give you 55 while they give you an extra 10% for free. These proxies, I can't say 100%, but I know that for the past 3 Adidas releases, every single one of my proxies got banned. They didn't get through the HMAC destroyer for the Yeezys. They didn't get through the HMAC destroyer on previous releases. Basically, the only shoe that I got using these proxies was the triple black Ultra Boost. And sure, those are great shoes, but I probably could have got 20 pairs of them if I was using other proxies that I use now. So just be mindful of the proxies that you're using. All of these proxies that you buy right here, these 50 proxies that you would get, or 55 or whatever, or 110 or 250, whichever ones you buy, they're coming from a server. And this server is actually producing massive amounts of proxies, say 10,000 proxies on this one server that my private proxy owns. And they're creating all these proxies and they're giving them out. Well, say my best friend gets 50 proxies and I get 50 proxies, and they're from the same exact server. Well, I decide I'm not going to test my proxies because I don't want them to get banned. Well, my best friend might say, I'm not really sure if these are real, so I'm going to test them. And they test every single one of them, and it sends some message to the website, and the website says, hey, this is a robot. We're going to ban every single one of your proxies. Well, that proxy banning instance will ban every single one of my proxies too, because it bans every single one of those proxies in that entire server, okay? It might say that it's a dedicated proxy because it's dedicated to a certain server, but you can't rely on these because you can't control what other people are doing, with testing proxies or using them on your bot too early and they get them banned. Because once they ban this proxy right here, every single other one of these proxies are getting banned too. Okay, so you just got to be careful. And using residential proxies, they're not linked to a specific server. So if you ban that, say you ban this one, it doesn't know that every single one of these other ones are linked to whatever they're linked to, because they're all going to be a different server, or they might be different. They're most likely going to be different because this one might be from Kansas, this one might be from Illinois, this one's from Chicago, this one's from Phoenix, Arizona. They're not all connected to the same server in residential proxies. So if you can get your hands on those, I highly, highly recommend it. If you guys want to know more about servers, proxies, how to use them, what to do with them, give me an idea of what you guys want to see from content-wise. You can catch me up on Twitter. I'll put it up here, right here, just so you can see it. My Twitter is at 1111. So you go to Twitter at 1111. Yes, you got to spell it like that, or else you won't find me. And you could see my success that I've had so far. I always shout out my proxies that I use. I always shout out the server that I use, which you'll see that I only shout out Vulture because that's pretty much the only one I've used. The last 3 releases, I've got 5 pairs of Yeezys. I got a decent amount. I got 2 pairs of Pharrells in literally not even 30 seconds yesterday with these proxies. But either way, they're expensive. But you could tell, when somebody charges you a lot of money for proxies, you could tell that they're good. But so that's pretty much all that I wanted to share with you guys. I will be back to give you guys more content. I'm going to try to record a couple of these upcoming releases, like the parlays that come up on the 10th, and then the Kith Ultra Boost that come up on the, I believe it is the 16th or the 19th, and then those Cobra Ultra Boosts from Kith as well. I will record just like this so you can see the stuff that I'm doing. I'm going to have to do a lot of editing to get rid of you can't see any of my information, but essentially I want you guys to see what it's like on an actual release. And I might take an L, I might take some W's, most likely going to take some W's because I feel like the way that I've been doing things is the way to go. You can insert whatever proxies you want to, as long as I feel like residential is the way to go. But if you use the tips that I give you, then I'm telling you guys, your success rate will be so much better. My last little plug here is I do have a SoundCloud, and it's 11, spelled the same way as my Twitter handle, and you can go and just check out my tracks there. I do produce music, and I would appreciate all of the support if you guys could shout me out or something like that. So go ahead and check me out on there, and look forward to some more content coming soon.